Hi, it's Janice Brima again on Springs of Hope. It's our 40 week of combining prayers and science for healthy conception, pregnancy, and delivery. Last week, we took us through the week one of the 40 weeks of pregnancy. And we got to know what really happens in the first 4 weeks out of the 40 weeks that science says a woman carries a pregnancy. This is week two. And in week two, what really happens to your body? What happens around your body? And what happens inside your body? And how would you pray along? How would you do your declarations? How would you do your affirmation to bring about a healthy conception, pregnancy, and delivery? If you haven't listened to the previous episode, why not just go over the previous episode? It's so enlightening so that you know how we started and how you are going to maximize this week. So, week two, what really happens? Week two is that week that your body releases eggs. That is termed ovulation. And this week, your body releases healthy eggs that will travel down the fallopian tube, and that would be met and fertilized with your spouse's semen. Hallelujah. So, in this week, as the eggs are released, as you ovulate, your uterus, the lining of your uterus gets thickened also. And you also need much of your eggs that are going to be released this week. And the most amazing thing is, out of the multitude of eggs that are going to be released by you, and out of the multitude of sperms that are going to be released by your spouse, you just need just few healthy ones. And you are not void of them. You are not void of them. Hallelujah. You just need few quality eggs for that sperm to fertilize. If you need, or you are believing God for multiple pregnancy. Hallelujah. So what are you going to be declaring today? How should you declare today? And in the course of the week, you are going to decree and declare over your spouse's body. You decree over your spouse's sperms. You are going to make declarations over your own uterine lining. You make declarations over your own eggs. And you make declaration over the release of your eggs. That's your ovulation. That's where you are going to be maximizing this week. So the declaration will go thus: my husband's body release the best and healthiest sperm. You decree and declare that my body is programmed to release the best and quality eggs this week. Because this week, it is the quality of the eggs released this week that will determine the fertilization and your conception. So that's why you shouldn't take these declarations and affirmations carelessly. Then you decree and declare that the eggs that will be released by your body this week will not wither, that they will prosper and bring about successful pregnancy. You say the eggs in me this week will not wither, but will prosper to bring about successful pregnancy. You decree again, my eggs are turning into babies. You speak to your body, my body, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the eggs loaded inside of you. Then you provide your uterus. Uterus receives strength to carry babies. Uterine lining be thickened. Fallopian tubes be empowered and enabled to transport my eggs for successful fertilization. Then you provide your eggs. Eggs be receptive to the sperm of my husband. Blockages be removed. Damages be repaired. Crookedness be straightened. Hormones be balanced. Then body ovulate optimally. After you're done making affirmations about your own self, making declarations over your own self, you go to your husband. Then you speak to your husband's sperm. My husband's sperm, you will not liquefy before your time. I decree and declare that you are of the right volume and value. Then also, you speak to your husband's body. My husband's body, produce, multiply, and replenish the best and most potent sperms. You speak to the sperm. My husband's sperm, be empowered to swim with all the necessary features, talking about the shape, the form, and the morphology. Also, you speak to the motility of your husband's sperm. And also, you speak to your husband's body. You speak to his emotions, that in this week, that there will be nothing that will put him off. There will be nothing that will put you off. Because there have been cases that in the week of ovulation, where the spouses are supposed to come together as husband and wife, that is where there will be a very hot, heated argument that will bring about this one going his way, this one going our way. So we are going to speak to your own emotions. We are going to speak to the spiritual environment in your home and wherever you live, that this period is the best period of your lives. This week is the best week of your lives, that you and your spouse are going to come together as couple, and you are going to bring out the fruit of your marriage. Because if strife, quarrels, bitterness, just a little disagreement comes in at a time like this, it might hamper a lot of things. And if you watch it very well, there have been cases that it is during your ovulation that you have misunderstanding with your husband. It is during your ovulation that your husband picks up one offense against you. And that is a strategy from the pit of hell. If it happens, you might not really get what you want at a time like this. So watch your emotions. Try as much as possible to agree. You can go over the 50 week of betting the godly seed and also the 10 weeks of the things that hamper miracles. They are all on the YouTube channel. The 40 days of healthy conception, it's there. 50 days of betting the godly seed, it's there. You go over it. After that, you will see the 10 days of teachings of the things that can really disrupt pregnancy. Argument, strife is one of the things. So you go over it. So this week, try as much as possible to be as lovely as possible. Don't forget, I'm Janice Brimer, and this is Springs of Hope. This is week 2. Next week, we'll go over to week 3, where you will be praying along with what happens in your body. God bless you. If you haven't subscribed before, just try as much as possible to subscribe and turn on your notification. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.